Well, thank you so much for helping with my project. Could you say a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I'm happy to participate. My name is Sreeja. I've been working as a software engineer in New York City. Um, and I'm from India, and I moved to the United States for my graduate school. And after the graduation, I've been working as a software engineer.
What got you into software?
I've always been enthusiastic and curious about technology, and some of my cousins, my sister, they all took the software engineering path, and they are some of the smartest people in my family. And I always looked up to them, and I still do. And I wanted to do something exciting in the field of technology and also be in the same field as them and do a lot of interesting software engineering projects.
That sounds neat. So it's not just a job, but a passion.
Yeah. And some of my teachers and professors back in the undergrad and my grad school, they all were really inspiring. Just the uh, sheer brilliance and the genius they were showing in the lectures and inspiring everyone always fascinated me.
And you mentioned you were originally from India, and
Yes,
did you hear about India landing a rover on the moon?
of course. Yeah, it's a global news, and super proud of the accomplishment and everything all the scientists at ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, have accomplished. Everything is made in India and a much smaller budget. Really proud of the scientists and everyone who has been part of the Chandrayaan mission.
Yeah, and it's a big relief to actually see them successfully land on the moon
Yeah,
after having such a long set of setbacks and failures with like Russia trying to land on the moon, Japan, Israel, and even India's previous attempt. It's nice to see them break that chain, and
yeah,
it's an exciting success to see.
yes, it is.
Well, did you know that NASA is planning to send astronauts back to the moon?
Yeah, I read a little bit in the news, but I'm not exactly sure what's the timeline and how much progress is currently made on that project.
Well, last year we tested the capsule to send the astronauts around the moon. So it went the furthest any human-rated spacecraft has ever gone. This year we selected four astronauts, one of
Wow.
which is a Canadian,
Oh, nice.
um, a woman, a person of color,
Mm-hmm.
to go around the moon November of next year. And then we have two teams, one led by SpaceX, or actually is SpaceX, and
Mm-hmm.
the other one led by Blue Origin, actually developed landers to take the astronauts from the orbit of the moon down to the surface and back. So
Wow,
things are
so cool.
actually moving along pretty good.
That's so cool, and congratulations to everyone in the team.
Um, what do you think about us going to the moon? I know some people are wondering why are we spending the money
Mm-hmm.
going to the moon whenever we have problems on the Earth? And I was
Mm-hmm.
just wondering, kind of how do you approach that conversation?
Uh, Personally, I am always fascinated and curious about the outer space and what else is out there. And it takes a lot of smart and hardworking people and very high precision to make even a small amount of progress. So I'm always enthusiastic about it. And I agree it's challenging times we are living in, but science and making all these advancements would definitely help humanity. I'm I don't know if in future we want to split between the earth and living elsewhere. I would still like to have this planet sustainable and friendly for humans to live and thrive. Uh, if it comes to a point where humans have to go to a different planet, that I think would be sad. But for survival, if it's needed, maybe at that point it's an option. But I'm always curious and support scientific research and advancements. My personal opinion, all of this.
Of course. And when you think about what this might lead us to, and you fast forward, say, 200 years,
Mhm.
what does humanity look like 200 years in the future to you?
Okay. Um, to paint a positive picture, I would want humanity to be healthier and live in a more sustainable environment and have solved a lot of the major problems like poverty, hunger, uh, lack of good education resources based on the background, uh, all these major problems which we have right now, I would like them to be solved and then live in a better state where it's much cleaner to live in and there would be definitely more access, especially with AI only starting to speed up this year, 200 years from now, it would be highly personalized and helping humans from any kind of catastrophes and uh, predicting any future health issues and saving them. But I really want all this to be put to good use instead of any potential misuse of all this knowledge and technology.
Yeah, I know it's a challenge when we invent new technology to kind of make sure that we direct it in being used in a good way. It seems like
Yeah,
sometimes it hurts us.
yeah, it does.
If you could, would you take a trip to space?
Yeah, I would, I would.
How far would you consider going? Just to orbit, or would you take a week-long trip to the moon and back?
Sure.
Or
Moon and back, definitely.
and if they start a Mars colony and they're looking for people to actually move to Mars, is that something you'd consider doing?
I have to think about it. I want to know more what type of conditions we would be living in and definitely what type of governance and um, security measures that would be placed. What is the baseline there? What can we expect? And Mars is further away than Moon, so I also want to know like what are the options? My friends and family would be here, some of them. So I don't want to leave everyone here.
No, it makes sense. Might be good to bring all of them with you.
Yeah,
Of course. I'm not sure that everybody wants to go though. So there's
yeah,
that.
yeah. I want to know what are the conditions there and how it would be like. Show me a demo. I want to know the details.
Yeah, it'd almost be good to have sort of like a simulation set up here on Earth that people could try out for several years and
Yeah,
then make a informed decision about if that's something they really want to consider doing or not.
true, true. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your time. Those were all the questions I had for you. Did you have any questions for me or anything else that you want to talk about that we didn't get to?
No, I would like to see the link when you upload of this video, and uh, in future, if you want to have more discussions, please let me know.
Absolutely. And I have over 400 more days left in my project. So if you know of anybody else that would be willing to participate,
Sure.
uh, I definitely could use that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nathan. Great talking to you.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay.